The silent phone call. It was just past midnight when Emma's phone rang. She jolted awake, her heart pounding as the piercing sound shattered the silence of her apartment. She fumbled for her phone on the nightstand, squinting at the unknown number flashing on the screen. Half asleep and irritated, she answered, "Hello." No response. Just static, crackling softly on the other end. She was about to hang up when she heard it, a faint whisper, so quiet she almost missed it. Emma. Her blood ran cold. She didn't recognize the voice. It was distorted, as if spoken through gritted teeth. "Who is this?" she demanded, her voice trembling. The line went dead. She sat in bed, clutching the phone, her heart thudding in her chest. It was probably a prank, she told herself, setting the phone down. But she couldn't shake the feeling of unease. The next night, at exactly 12:07 a.m., the phone rang again. Same unknown number. This time, dread coiled in her stomach as she answered, her voice barely above a whisper. "Hello." Static. Then the voice returned, harsher, angrier. "Emma, I'm coming." She slammed the phone down, her hands shaking. She didn't sleep that night, her eyes fixed on the shadows dancing across her bedroom walls. The calls continued, night after night, always at 12:07. Sometimes the voice would whisper her name, drawn out and mocking. Other times, it would simply breathe, ragged and labored, as if someone was standing just outside her window. She changed her number, but the calls persisted. The same static, the same voice. It knew her name. It knew where to find her. Desperate, Emma confided in her best friend, Lily. "You're just stressed," Lily said, trying to sound reassuring. "Probably some creep who got your number. Block the calls and forget about it." Emma tried, but the feeling of being watched wouldn't leave her. Shadows seemed to stretch longer, whispers echoed in empty rooms, and she couldn't shake the sense that something was always just behind her. One night, the phone rang, but this time it wasn't from an unknown number. It was Lily. Relieved, Emma picked up. "Lily, thank God. I was starting to lose my mind." But all she heard was static. Then, Lily's voice, faint and distorted. "Emma, help me." The line went dead. Panicked, Emma called back, but it went straight to voicemail. She tried again and again, her hands trembling as she dialed. Finally, Lily's mother answered, her voice cracking with grief. "Emma, Lily's gone. She was in an accident last night. The car went off the road. They found her this morning." The phone slipped from Emma's hand, shattering on the floor. She felt numb, her body cold and heavy. How could Lily have called her if she was already? She didn't sleep that night. She sat on the edge of her bed, staring at her broken phone, dreading the sound that would come at 12:07. And it did. The shattered screen flickered to life, the same unknown number glowing ominously. Against her better judgment, she answered, pressing the cracked phone to her ear. Static. Then, Lily's voice. "Emma, why didn't you help me?" Emma's blood froze. "Lily." The voice grew louder, angrier. "You let me die, you didn't save me." Tears streamed down Emma's face. "I didn't know. I'm sorry." The voice distorted, becoming unrecognizable, filled with rage and pain. "I'm coming for you." The call ended. The air around her grew cold, a chill settling in her bones. She heard it then, the soft creak of her closet door slowly opening behind her. She turned, her heart in her throat. Shadows shifted in the darkness, and she saw it, something twisted and broken, crawling out of the closet, its limbs bent at unnatural angles. Its face was pale, eyes hollow, mouth stretched in a silent scream. It was Lily, her body contorted, bones cracking as she moved closer, her dead eyes fixed on Emma. Her mouth opened, but the voice that came out wasn't her own. "You didn't help me, now I'll never leave." The lights flickered, the shadows growing longer, swallowing the room. Emma screamed, backing into the wall as the figure reached for her, its fingers cold and skeletal. The phone buzzed on the floor, the screen lighting up one last time. 12:07 a.m. The whispers grew louder, echoing off the walls, surrounding her. The last thing she heard before the darkness claimed her was Lily's voice, soft and mournful. "You should have answered sooner." The apartment fell silent. When the police found her the next day, her phone lay shattered beside her, the call log empty, but the look of terror frozen on her face told them everything they needed to know. And when the clock struck 12:07 that night, Emma's phone began to ring.